hard to believe that this was a year ago. Anyway, 2014 was just amazing, and the team of Kylie World thought that we should say thank you. Anyway, it's kind of boring, isn't it? Like saying that, just thank you. So we prepared a Christmas surprise for you instead. What we did was teaming up all the lovers from Facebook and Twitter, and then all together we wrote a very special fairy tale for you and the team. And we had so much fun doing that, so hope you will enjoy.
Once upon a time, a million miles away from here, just behind the mighty rivers, there was a little town. Right as you crossed its borders, you must have felt the happiness, love and joy coming over you. People living there just adored each other, and there was never a cloudy day, nor a drop of rain in its magical town. Everyone's smile kept on brightening the sun, high up in the sky. You could walk down the street and whistle to yourself, because that's something the atmosphere would just naturally make you do. And suddenly, a pink kangaroo would pop up and give you a bar of dark chocolate with almonds, for no specific reason, just because he thought you might like some. Glitterland. That's what the locals called this peaceful town. You might be wondering what its secret was to never-ending happiness and glory. The answer is quite simple. Their princess. She was the reason everything in this town was perfect. She lived in a shining palace built on a pink fluffy cloud. The two main pillars of the palace touching the rainbow during the day and the diamond-like stars at night. The cloud flew high above, looking over Glitterland, so that the beautiful princess could easily spread love and positive energy everywhere in the town. Every time she smiled, all the inhabitants felt happy, and every time she blew them a kiss, they felt loved. And every time she sang them a song, they felt some kind of bliss. But tonight, it was time to do something special, to shine even more than ever before. She was preparing for the biggest disco in town with all her trusty friends. The kingdom of Glitterland was full of excitement. Rumours said that if you ever go to one of Princess Kylie's shows, weeks after you'd find glitter in places you'd never expect to find it. Princess Kylie, who was always smiling from ear to ear, this may have been because of the copious amounts of whiskey and chocolate, was ready to show the people what she was made of, with the help of her trusty team, Lion Leanne, Teddy Bear Sean, Knight Steve, and her best mate, Bruce the Lobster. Oh, and a hamster, Christian, the most professional hairdresser in the whole land. Her show could not fail. Two angels, Roxy and Lucy, had come down from heaven to help as well. Everything was planned to its tiniest detail, down to the smallest speck of glitter, but Princess Kylie was still a bit nervous, because something just didn't feel right. Although she couldn't imagine what it was, her outfit was almost ready, and people came from miles around to share in that moment with her. With her whiskey filled in her water bottle, and she slipped under her dress, Princess Kylie made an entrance to the biggest disco stage. Surrounded by lamingtons and glitter, it was everything she'd ever imagined. Yet, there was only one person catching Princess's eye that night. It was Santa himself. She just couldn't get him out of her head. Santa Baby had been queuing since 5 a.m. just to see Princess Kylie, because he's never too late. He just had to be at the front. He had a selfie banner covered in the brightest sparkles, which, naturally, caught the princess's eye during the show. She took him on the stage and got a selfie with him. Then Santa Baby asked Princess Kylie what she wanted for her Christmas gift, and she told him what she had dreamt of her whole life.
You know, I've always wanted a pink unicorn.
Santa Baby leaned over and whispered to her that she would receive her Christmas gift.
Oh, Santa Baby.
She replied, heart full of joy.
Under one condition.
Santa Baby, what is the condition?
Asked the very confused Princess Kylie.
You see that mistletoe, princess? Getting a pink unicorn only happens when magical things happen under the mistletoe.
A very confused Kylie looked around, and she in fact saw a massive bunch of mistletoe hanging from the glitter ball.
What do I have to do, Santa baby?
Well, you know how I just love you in those gold hot pants. We have to get under it, just to ensure you get your pink unicorn. So why don't you move your body to my body?
Princess Kylie would do anything to get this unicorn. So off she and Santa baby went to stand under the disco ball where the magical mistletoe hung. Never had anyone seen such a glint in Santa baby's eye. The glint that said exactly what Santa baby was about to get. Although what was happening in his pants also said this too. And all because Princess Kylie was wearing the most fantastic pair of hot pants that showed all the magical parts of her. Kylie definitely made Santa baby's heartbeat rock.
Oh, Santa baby, I'm not overdreaming over a pink unicorn, and you are a nice guy anyway. Alright.
And she kissed him once, really fast, so no one would even notice. And suddenly, he disappeared. The kiss, and bam, Santa himself wasn't there. The audience went mad. All the lovers and all the inhabitants of Glitterland went crazy, thinking this was some brand new kind of onstage trick. But Princess Kylie was confused. What just happened? She only flashed a smile, got back on her feet and finished the show, to the delight of all the lovers. As she was walking backstage, she could swear she felt someone watching her. She just brushed it off, and as she got to her glittery room, she saw another figure. There it was, her sister Danny, doing some exercise.
Hey, Dan! What are you doing here? I've got to go back for an encore, if only you would sing with me.
Kylie beamed, Danny nodded, and quickly put on a spare outfit from her bag.
How long have you been carrying that?
I know when I need it. Come on, let's go.
Danny excitedly said, grabbing Kylie.
Why, slow down, Dan!
Both of you slow down.
Bruce shouted at them as he crossed their path.
What's the matter?
Danny inquired.
You know my twin, right? My evil twin. She's around and I'm sure she's planning something evil. I just can't let you go back.
Bruce, lovers are waiting, and we have Knight Steve to watch over us, okay?
The royal sisters put the frightened lobster out of their way, and not giving a second thought to what he said. They were rushing to the stage. The moment they were lifted up there, it was all weird. It was all silent. There was no screaming. What was going on? When they opened their eyes and looked out, it was empty.
Where have the lovers gone? All the lovers have disappeared. Is this an illusion? Danny, Bruce, everyone, what happened? What do I have to do? Where are all the lovers?
I only saw a giant flash of light.
Steve said.
I told you! It was my evil twin!
The princess was down, heartbroken and shocked. Danny tried her best to calm her down.
Confide in me, Kylie. We'll find her. And get your lovers back. Bruce, you need to tell me everything you know. How did you make all the lovers vanish? What kind of person would do this?
Did I mention that she was my evil twin? I have no idea what she's planning to do.
I can't take this situation. Let's go.
Kylie said, and followed by everyone, she ran into her glitter bus. Princess Kylie took to the wheel while Danny hung Bruce up at the front of the bus. Kylie stamped her beautiful Louis Vuitton heels on the pedal and sped off into the distance, further than Glitterland could ever reach.
I will find my lovers if it's the last thing I do. He might be fierce and mighty, but I'm the Aphrodite.
Ouch! Thanks for that one, princess.
Kylie slammed on the brakes as she thought she heard something, sending Bruce flying into the window.
What is that? I don't know.
Huh?
Legend has it that in the kingdom of Glitterland, when evil forces try and take over, the only thing that can stop them is for as many people as possible to sing my song as loud as they can.
Kylie explained to everyone. From a distance, they could all hear it. That was the way to find them. Shawnee Bear, Princess Danny, Bruce, Knight Steve, the angels Roxy and Lucy, and the hamster Christian fastened their seatbelts. Time for a crazy glitter bus ride. They were going so fast, it felt like they were travelling in light years. It took them only a short while to get through those million miles and find where the song was coming from. A castle. They found out who the owner was. Beatrice, Bruce's evil twin.
I didn't know your twin had a castle.
Me neither.
Bruce whispered softly, still recovering from the crazy ride. Kylie's crew started singing along with the army of lovers who were locked inside Beatrice's castle.
I knew she'd live somewhere in this kingdom, but not exactly in a castle.
Bruce said, his voice getting slightly stronger and louder.
Why is she doing all of this? I don't understand.
Kylie asked, with a face so sad, shown for the first time in decades.
She always wanted what you have, Princess. I think it's what she's trying to get now.
We need to go, girl. Princess.
Knight Steve alerted.
We need to find them as soon as possible.
They entered the castle and what they saw was just horrible. Lovers were trapped in the dark dungeon, the darkest one you had ever seen. All their joy had been removed, no smiles or glitter anywhere. They were all covered in sadness. That image froze in Kylie's blood, and suddenly her eyes lost their sparkle, light, and she fell onto the ground. She was totally crystallized.
Sister, what happened? Wake up, wake up, wake up!
Oh no! It must be the ancient curse!
Yes, there's so many of them. This one says that if the princess ever gets to a situation like this, seeing all this sadness of her lovers, she will not be able to cope anymore.
But what do we do now?
We need to find a wild rose. That's the only flower in the whole world which smell is stronger than anything. It can cure this. As soon as the princess smells it, she'll wake up. But we need to hurry. Time is ticking oh so fast.
Danny, Bruce, and the rest of Princess Kylie's crew sped off in search of the wild rose. Where would it be? Glitterland was huge, so they all split off to find the wild rose and left Shawnee Bear to watch over Princess Kylie's body. Danny and Bruce were a team, and a great one too. They came to a very glittery garden. To their disappointment, all they found was every other flower imaginable, but the wild rose. Danny thought she heard rustling in the trees, and suddenly, out of nowhere, a koala jumped down from one of the trees and introduced herself as Minnie.
Oh my god, she's so cute. Can we keep her?
She was quite small, with baby pink fur that had silver glitter freckled throughout. After searching everywhere in the houses, gardens, and piles of glitter, Minnie was still the only thing Danny had found. Danny's heart skipped a beat and Bruce whispered,
That would only mean one thing.
Before he got the chance to finish his sentence, a rather small fairy godmother appeared out of nowhere.
Oh my goodness, it's Willie! Where on earth have you been? Kylie's in a great deal of strife and we need to find the wild rose to help her. All the lovers are held in chaotic captivity.
I've been stuck in my alternate fairy universe and the asset key used to pass to this universe has been chewed out by my dog. I finally got it fixed. Oh, and about that rose? This is going to sound really bad, but my mother has just used the last wild rose from this universe's glitterland for flavoring my family's Sunday roast.
But we can't stop giving up.
It seems like this bitch has planned everything. How is she even doing this voice thing? What kind of power does she have?
Well, she has always been on the evil side. Even when we were little upstairs, she would just spend days in libraries reading the weirdest books about black magic and its history. It's no secret. I really should have expected it. But you know what they say, it's better the devil you know. I never realised what she was preparing herself for. And now look, Glitterland is gone. It's all my fault.
Oh dear. Of course it's not your fault. She's your sister. No lobster would ever think this. Don't blame yourself.
Everyone, stop the panic. You've just said it, Bruce. She might be using her black magic and its history, but we have ours too. Remember the legend has it that the only thing to wake a princess up is the smell of a wild rose and they are all gone now? But hey, Have you heard about Aurora? Or any other princesses from our history? All it took was a true love kiss.
What?
But who would be the one to wake her up?
We all love her, do we not? Let's try to get as close to the legends as possible. Usually it was a prince. Means you're out, Bruce. It should be a human, and you are a lobster. It can't be me, either, though. We need a man.
Does it work with gays?
I'm afraid that could confuse the process. You and the hamster Christian are out as well. Who's left? Steve!
Yes, Steve. You're the one to wake our princess up. I believe in you.
Steve agreed. They all rushed back to the castle, gathered around the princess in a dramatic silence, and Steve's lips got closer to Kylie's cherished red lips. But as the kiss was just a second away from happening, there was a cold wind blowing through the castle. The doors flew open, and the evil lobster twin, Beatrice, stepped through the door wearing Kylie's showgirl costume, as shiny as the smile upon her face.
How adorable you all look! Are you trying to ruffle my feathers? So full of love and happiness and hope. You're ridiculous.
While they were freaking out, under the watchful eye of evil Beatrice, high above their heads, on a pink fluffy cloud, King Ron, father of the princesses, was playing squash with a magical glittery cherry bomb.
Stop playing with that cherry bomb. It's not a ball. You mustn't break it.
His wife, Queen Carol, shouted at him, but it was too late. The cherry bomb got out of the window and it was falling down until it fell through the roof of Beatrice's castle, right into the middle of the room where Kylie and the others were. As soon as it touched the floor, it cracked into 1,000,000 tiny pieces of glitter which spread everywhere, and one speck of the glitter even got into Beatrice's eye. From that moment, Beatrice could only see beauty out of the world, how happy and peaceful it could be with her glitter-infected eye. Yet with the other one, the one still covered in darkness, everything remained the same, and she always knew a world without love, with life, and certainly without glitter. They could only hope that the one glitter eye would be enough to change her ways. Steve took advantage of Beatrice's beginning momentarily distracted and finally kissed the princess. It worked! As soon as Princess Kylie opened her eyes, Beatrice screamed,
What have you all done to me?
Everything and everyone the glitter touches will always find happiness, even in their darkest days and darkest times. Even the most evil person in the universe can still find happiness. And when the glitter touches the heart of a person who's evil, they find all the love in the world. Please come into my world and I promise you the finer feelings. All the evil, we can turn it into love.
Beatrice, please stop. It's too much. Why don't you listen to me when I'm telling you? It's no good for you to be this evil. Put your hand on your heart and tell us you don't want our love. We can help you. Enjoy yourself.
Beatrice hesitated for a moment.
Je ne sais pas pourquoi, but I don't believe you. I've got to be certain. All the lover will be mine. I tell you, mine!
She screamed. She then ran out of the room and locked them in.
Now what do we have to do?
Let's get to it. Into the blue, into the blue, with nothing to lose, into the blue.
Meanwhile, in the dark dungeon, holding all the upset lovers, something magical started to happen.
Look at the wall, everyone.
One of the lovers, locked up in Beatrice's castle, screamed. As Princess Kylie was singing, a blue spot started appearing on the wall. The louder she sang, the bigger the blue spot got. You could see glitter, feathers, and sparkles spinning around in it, and Kylie's voice was still going higher. Not before long, she reached her voice's top, and even the lovers were able to hear her calling through the blue spot. Suddenly, a red light appeared, the same one like the beginning of Kylie's biggest disco. Lovers didn't hesitate and jumped in. When they entered it, it felt like a wave of love coming over them, like some bubble teleporting them all to Kylie.
Into the blue.
Kylie was still singing. Her crew was supporting her, and in a minute the blue bubble exploded, and they were all together.
How did you do that, Princess?
A lover asked.
Do you believe in love? I do, and I love you. There is no better explanation. Merry Christmas, everyone.
A lot of happy tears and hugs followed. They were all together again. But they all knew Beatrice was still around, and the door of the room they were in was still locked.
We won't let her take over our land, but you have to tell me everything you know about her.
We don't really know anything, dear Princess. We were there enjoying your Christmas disco with you and Santa, and bam! Suddenly, something teleported us and we ended up in that castle hearing an evil voice. That's it.
And in that moment, Kylie realised. Santa baby! It was not the real Santa baby who she had kissed during the show. It was Beatrice all the time, checking the situation and making fast plans on how to kidnap everyone. The real Santa baby must still be on his way. The whole world is enormous, and there are so many good kids in there. Of course he could be late getting down everyone's chimneys.
I don't want the pink unicorn anymore. Just give me more pink glitter.
Princess Kylie whispered with her eyes up to the sky. And in that moment, they all heard reindeers from 1,000,000 miles away. It started snowing behind the window. Not regular snow, but pink glitter.
What?
Lovers didn't understand, and neither did the crew.
You'll see in a minute.
And they all did. The glittering outside went crazy. It was falling more and more and more and more. All of those rare cherry bombs started falling along with the glitter, and each time one tore apart, the glitter doubled itself. It was everywhere.
Time to go.
The princess said, and she took the Fairy Willie's hand and followed by everyone. She jumped out of the window into the pink. They swam away back to Princess's fluffy cloud, where she lived, and left Beatrice there. Her castle soon exploded because it wasn't able to take all the glitter on the roof anymore. Where is she now? No one knows. Maybe the evil in her won her inner battle, and she died under all the pink. Maybe the crazy amount of cherry bombs made her good. If so, she never ever dare visit Glitterland again. Every single lover cancelled their wishes to Santa and replaced them for pink unicorns. Santa's a baby, and of course he heard their wishes. Glitterland got as many pink unicorns as you could only imagine. The Princess Kylie and all the lovers and the glittery team lived happily ever after. The end.